there are a number of problems with Muhammad's supposed night journey, and this can be found in Surah chapter 17, verse 1. Of course, it talks about the messenger going on this journey, and then it jumps right from this messenger to Moses. And yet we are to only assume that this messenger in verse 1 is Muhammad, and it jumps right from the supposed messenger being Muhammad to Moses receiving the Torah. But we also understand, though, that this is only an assumption, yet even the Hadith carries along this assumption that it was Muhammad, yet it does not prove this to be the case. Even so, the context actually in the Quran does not fit it being Muhammad, because if that's the case, then you're jumping from prophet to prophet, and that would not be Allah being as clear as he can be, because he does not give us any indication that it actually is Muhammad in one verse, and then it jumps to Moses. But I want to also look at the tafsirs, which are the commentators, and I will, of course, link these in the description box, but I'm going to look at the relevant part. We're going to look at Ibn Abbas first. It says, "He who took his servant, Muhammad, peace be on him, by night, at the beginning of the night, from the inviolable place of worship, from the sacred precinct, from the house of Hanin, the daughter of Abu Taib, to the far distinct place of worship, far in distance, but close to heaven, i.e., the mosque of Jerusalem." So we have a problem here, but I will come back to that in just a minute. We need to look at Ibn Kathir. He even says that the Al-Aqsa means the sacred house which is in Jerusalem. We can even look at Al-Jalalain. He says, his servant Muhammad, of course, this speaks of the Assumption. It even says that the sacred mosque that is in Mecca, so once again, it's the idea of going from Mecca to Jerusalem. It even says that you go from Mecca to the farthest mosque, that is the holy house of Jerusalem. So, once again, we are to understand, according to the commentators, that he went to the holy house which is in Jerusalem. We also need to look at Maududi. He says, commenting on this verse, he says, in this verse, the Quran mentions only part of the journey from the Masjid Hamran to the temple at Jerusalem. So we have the commentators not actually agreeing on whether he went to a mosque or the temple in Jerusalem, but the problem is that there was no temple during the time of Muhammad, because the temple was destroyed in 70 AD by Titus, who later became the Roman emperor. And furthermore, there was no mosque during the time of Muhammad in Jerusalem, because it was built after the time of Muhammad's death. So once again, the God of Islam does not know his history, which actually does not come as a shock to anybody who knows anything about the Quran and its God.